thinking about the truth in the world as it relates to the culture I live in and what appears to be the entire world, the status of truth, that it's non-existent, virtually non-existent anywhere, at least as far as a majority view. And just to put it out there so you know how my wife and I see things, because I don't know each and every one of you or who would ever watch our channel, but I imagine some of you, you're consumers of the media, the so-called news media, and the entertainment media, and the education system, and the government system, and about 99% of it is 100% lies. It's not just that we disagree with it, because people can disagree with each other, be honest and sincere, but that training that's involved by all the media, that there is no valuing of the truth, there's only the valuing of your agenda. And so in the so-called truth bearers in the media, by design, they ignore the truth, they destroy the truth, they cover the truth up, and they promote lies. So if you turn it on, just your average television show, they're all shows, it doesn't matter if they call it news or the sitcom or the drama, they're all lies. Every single thing you hear or read in a newspaper is 100% lies, all of it. If you set that as your default position, just, you're safer that way. You're safer that way until you find out with your own mind, seeking it out. You will not find the truth. And it is a fallen world, so we know there's a reason for that. That's the way the ruler of this world has designed things. He is a liar. He always has been. It may seem more pronounced now, but it's always been. There's been times where the truth was faring a little bit better. And in the spiritual system, not so much, but in the world, as far as the way governments run, there has been a time where truth, I don't know if I'd say prevailed, but truth did much better at times in the past. And now there's no facade, there's no nothing. There's not even a pretense of caring about truth. If you're being told some person is a great saint and someone to follow and be like, and they're lifting this person up, then you can almost guarantee that that person is a dirtbag. If you're being told someone is a dirtbag, you can surely be quite confident that that person probably has some values, some virtues, something good to them. So everything you see, and I won't get real specific, but just our institutions, like our intelligence agencies, they're all lies. 100% lies. If the FBI knocks on your door, I'm not saying fight them or anything, I'm just saying they're there to hurt you. That's what they're there for. You open up your newspaper, you turn on your television news and information, those people are there to hurt you. That's what they want to do. They want to lie to you, and they want you to believe lies. And I hear it every day as much as I can take, and then I turn away. Just like, or another example, on the fake health crisis that we're currently going through. Virtually every day, these people that have been self-assigned as the authority on health, this organization, this communist, fascist, death cult called the World Health Organization, virtually every day they will change what they said yesterday or a couple days before. But no one cares, and it's just reported as the new fact. It's just the new reality. I mean, it is 1984. It is Orwell. They don't manage to destroy it, but no one cares. When I say no one, I mean, it seems the vast majority, because people just, like I say, the news consumers, they just gobble it up. Today, hey, you can't get COVID-19 from another human being. Can't get it. China told us so. Where did the WHO believe us? Don't have to wear a mask. Can't get it off of this, can't get it off of that. Next day, it's all reversed. And it's already gone back and forth several times on that. So I'm not saying, I'm not calling you a fool personally, but if you feel foolish, you should. You should feel foolish if you believe that nonsense. And you should be offended. But not by me, but by those liars who lie to you every single day, and they play you for fools, and you just believe the next load of lies that they give you each day, as though you're not even supposed to pay attention to the fact that they said the opposite yesterday or last week or last month. And it goes the same way with all the other things. The main news stories, it's all lies. I'm just telling you, you can just, as a basic rule, you can just flip it upside down and make all the good guys bad guys and all the bad guys good guys, with a few exceptions. Putting your knee on someone's neck till they die, that's a bad guy. That is a bad guy. But because of that, now everyone in that position or that profession is now all evil. And everyone who puts a gun to a lady's stomach and terrorizes her and threatens her to kill her, that's a good person. Those are good people. And you should teach your children to be like that good person. So reality is upside down. You live in an upside down, insane, run by this devil world. That's where you live. Let's face it. It may be an ugly truth, it may be hard to face, but don't deny it. Don't pretend like everything's cool, because the government's in charge and they're here to help us. They are here to kill you, folks. They are here to kill you. Your doctors, they're here to kill you. That's their job. They hate you. They love your money. That's about all they love about you. But you can go and die in a ditch, and they would not give two you-know-whats about it. This world is not our home if you're a Christian. If it is your home, I consider moving. I consider moving into the kingdom of God, because you live in a bad place. You know, I physically live here, but my spirit is at home with the Lord. That's where my presence, my true presence is at. And this world, it's not going to last forever. Thank God. I thank Him almost every day for that one. That this is not a permanent situation. Even if it lasts longer than me, you know, thank God I'll be out of here. But this is a wicked place. And there's certain rules you can apply in general, because you won't figure out all the details. Every so often a truth will be told. But you'll be better off if you stick with the fundamental reality that everything you are told by that leftist media, education, political complex, industrial complex, however you want to put that, tells you is a lie. It's all lies. They might want to keep you alive so they can extract taxes or whatever, labor out of you, but they don't care. You're just fodder for their purposes. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to invent health crises. They're going to invent race crises. They're going to invent wars. They're going to invent all kinds of things. And maybe it'll recover. I don't know. We've had bad times in history before, and America came along and was something totally different for a while. We really were. We really were a different nation. We were a land of laws, and yet not a land of men. But now we are a land of men. Once more, we've returned to that as a species, so to speak. Humanity as a whole has always been run by men and what men want. So it's been basically brutality. We were that one exception, and it's gone away because the brutes are back in charge. And they were taking a knee yesterday on television, and that's how they're gonna get their way. It's through your willing participation. So I know not many people are gonna listen, but hey, maybe you'll consider it. Maybe you'll consider that reality. Because I had to consider it once upon a time. I used to think, hey, it's on television, it must be true. And then later on, oh, it's on the internet, it must be true. You know, it's in the Rolling Stone, it must be true. But once you really look at it, I mean, really look at it, use your brain. Don't just check your sources by, let's see, CNN said it, and ABC agrees, and the New York Times, wow, must be true. No, they're all liars. Oh, the CIA and the FBI, oh yeah, they agree. I mean, the wolves and the foxes have taken over the hen house, and they're doing what they want. Just don't believe it. You're still gonna probably suffer from it. Maybe even more so if you know. Because to go along blissfully ignorant, I guess that's one way to be. You know, marching off to the slaughterhouse. That's one way to do it. I guess there's a certain amount of peace for those in Nazi Germany that just believed everything the government told them. But they were complicit. That's the problem. Everyone knew. They were complicit. Other governments were complicit too. But I want to get all off into a big rant as if this wasn't a big enough rant. But know the truth. It really will make you free. Because you're not going to escape the corruption of this world anyway. The corruption that happens to our bodies. But in your mind, you can still be free if you know Jesus. So know Jesus. And you will recognize the truth for what it is. Not that you go out into the streets and march and all that. It's not that I'm against that. Sometimes I think, boy, it'd be nice if there was an actual protest that was true, that was based on something good. And every so often it happens, you know, March for Life. Millions of people do that. They ignore it. They completely ignore it. They act like it doesn't even happen. Our local station ignored, act like it didn't even happen. There was a bunch of people out there protesting the shutdown of the country and the total unjustified destruction of human lives in the name of public health. It's a total lie. It's a total lie. I'm sorry. If you're offended by that because you believe in whatever that comes out of their mouth, I'm sorry. Well, I guess I'm not sorry. I wouldn't say it because you're offended for no good reason. You should be offended by the people who are destroying your neighbor's lives. And you know, to the extent that they're destroying yours, they're controlling you. It's all fear. That's all it is. That's what all the devil has ever used is fear. And they had a march. Well, not a march, but it was just a protest. Yeah, we're tired of this. We're Americans. We want to live. There's no reason for this. This is all bunk. You're just selectively picking winners and losers. Basically, that was the message of it. And they were threatened. They were threatened by the cops. They didn't break one window. They didn't throw one piece of trash on the ground. But yet they were, to the extent that they were covered, it was just covered as a bunch of thugs. But mostly they were just ignored. And then thugs marched through our streets and smashed windows and kill and rape mostly non-white people. Destroyed the lives of so many people. And they didn't care who they were killing and raping and molesting. And the news won't report it. The news won't report any of it. You want to bet how many rapes and molestations and abuses that happen under cover of outrage, so-called, because we know it's right there in front of us, all the looting involved. They looted, and they tried to hide that as much as they could. Those purveyors of truth in that industrial complex of media, entertainment, and education and so-called news. They all just lied to you. And they're never going to stop. Don't think they're going to stop. You know, start a letter writing campaign or have your own protest or a march. Like I say, I would love to see that happen. That would be awesome. But it wouldn't really change anything. It might for a minute, but they mostly just ignore you because people have been protesting and they've been by the millions. But still, how do you feel if you believe in the truth? You usually feel alone. You feel like, wow, am I the only one? Just me or this little talk show guy? And me and him and a couple of his fans, and that's all. No one believes the truth because they don't report it. They don't have a news story about how the congressional phone lines melted down because people were calling and demanding certain things that you have to do with the country, like don't dismantle the police force or whatever. They don't report that stuff. 12 people who can make themselves look like 10,000 people or whatever on Twitter, that's what they respond to. And it's all fake. It's all fake. So I don't know what the statistics are. I like to think most people know truth. I like to think that they're just afraid. You know, that's not a good thing to think, but at least if you know the truth, your courage could come out later. You might actually come out and say something to do with the truth. Because there's courage in numbers, I understand all that. It's hard to do it when you think you're the only one. And probably half the people out there screaming and bloody murder and taking knees and all that, they know the truth, but they don't care because they don't want to get their heads crushed by the thugs. So they become a thug. So like that old idiom, something to the effect of those who are kind to the cruel will be cruel to the kind. But they will also become the cruel. And that's what's happening. A lot of formerly kind people are out there condemning people that put their lives on the line every day and criticizing, making them all look like animals and killers and evil people, so they can feel good about themselves and be patted on the back and say, you're a good person. But everyone wants to be a good person. It doesn't matter. It's not just religion. In the world too. So they won't only believe lies, they'll promote lies. Therefore, you're part of it. You're part of it if you don't fight it. And like I say, I know I'm not out there organizing a protest march. Might join one. Someone gets one going. I'm just living my life, telling the truth, my wife and I, as best as we can, regarding the gospel of Jesus Christ. We're not big time activists, but we will not join the lie. We won't believe the lie, and we won't tell anyone that the lie is true. We're not going to do it, because that's a hateful thing. That's a decision. I understand it's intimidating to go against the grain of all of society. That's a scary thing. I get that, but still, it's a choice you got to make. Don't go with the lie. Just don't do it. It might seem nice for a minute, but it's not going to be good for anyone in the long run. Innocent people will suffer, but that's just the way life is. Better to suffer on your feet as a person with some character than to benefit from these lies and all this virtue signaling. It's not good, folks. So seek the Lord. It's probably about the only way to keep your sanity if you don't lie to yourself, is to seek Him, because He is the truth and He is a comforter, the comforter, and He will comfort you in all this insanity. And then you can still be aware of it, not hide from it or join in it, and still have your peace deep down in your heart as the world goes absolutely stark raving mad. And that's my thought for today. In Jesus' name, amen.